Multiple comparisons. Comparing pairs of population means two-way ANOVA. When interaction between factor A and B is not present, and we have found that a difference in means does not exist with either factors, we can perform the Taki-Kramer multiple comparison test for two-way ANOVA. This test is very similar to the previous comparison test that we have already encountered. We will compare the absolute difference in sample means from our original airfare example without interaction with a critical range to determine which means are different. First, we will calculate the critical range for factor A, CRA, using equation 11.27, where CRA is the critical range for comparing two samples mean for factor A. QA, the critical value for factor A from the Studential ring table in Appendix A, Table 7. MSE is the mean square error. B is the number of levels in factor B. R, the number of replication in each cell. The critical value for factor A or QA is found in Table 7 in Appendix A. The value is based on our desired significant level and the following two degrees of freedom. D1 is equal to A, D2 is equal to AB times R minus 1. Remember, A is the number of levels for factor A. Using the airfare data with A equal to 3 airlines and B equal to 2 cities and R equal to 5 replication per cell, the degrees of freedom are as follows. D1 equal to A equal to 3. D2 equal to AB times R minus 1 equal to 3 times 2 times 5 minus 1 is 24. Using alpha equal to 0.05, Table 7 in Appendix A shows that the critical value is QA equal to 3.53. Recalling that MSE equal to 44,526.4, as shown in figure 11.16c, the critical range for the airfare example can be found with equation 11.27. CRA is equal to 235.6. Table 11.27 summarizes the factor A means for each airline. Using this data, Table 11.31 compares the absolute differences in the sample means with the critical value and state the decision. Note that United Airlines sample 1, Air France is a sample 2, and British Airways is sample 3. If xi minus xj, absolute value of xi minus xj greater than CRA, we can conclude that the population mean are different. According to Table 11.31, we can conclude that for round trips, flights between Chicago and London, the average airfare for Air France is higher than it is for United Airlines. However, there is not enough evidence to claim there is a difference in the round-trip airfare between United Airlines and British Airways and between Air France and British Airways. Next, we will calculate the critical range for factor B or CRB using equation 11.28, where CRB is the critical range for comparing two samples mean for factor B. QB, the critical value for factor B from studentized range table, Appendix A, Table 7. MSE, the mean square error. A is the number level in factor B. R is the number of replication in each cell. The critical value for factor B, QB, is found in Table 7 from Appendix A. The value is based on our desired significant level and the following 2 degrees of freedom. D1 is equal to B. D2 is A, B times R minus 1. Using the airfare data with A equal 3 airline and B equal to 2 cities and R equal to 5 replication per cell, the degrees of freedom are as follows. D1 equal to B equal to 2. D2, AB times R minus 1 equal to 3 times 2 times 5 minus 2 equal to 24. Using alpha equal to 0.05, Table 7 and Appendix A shows that the critical value is QB equal to 2.92. With MSE equal to 44,526.4, the critical range for the airfare example can be found using equation 11.28. CRB is equal to 159.08. Normally, we would not bother performing a multiple comparison test for a factors with only 2 levels, such as factor B in our airfare example, because there is only one pair of sample mean to examine: the mean fare for flight originating from Chicago and the mean fare of flight originating from London. However, we will perform this test in this instance to provide you with an example of how to proceed. Table 11.28 provides us with sample means for the 2 levels in factor B. Using this data, Table 11.32 compares the absolute difference in the sample means with the critical value and state the decision. Table 11.33 simply confirms what we already knew. Round-trip airfare between Chicago and London are significantly cheaper if the flight originated in London rather than Chicago. Thank you.